30-year-old Adriana Smith was about 9 weeks pregnant when she started having bad headaches in February.
Enough to know that something was wrong.
April Newkirk says her daughter went to Northside Hospital for help.
They gave her some medication, but they didn't do any tests. They didn't do any CT scans. If they did, they would have caught it.
The next morning, Adriana's boyfriend noticed something was terribly wrong.
She was gasping for air in her sleep, gargling. More than likely it was blood. She was taken to Emory, Decatur, and then she was transferred here.
To Emory University Hospital, where Adriana worked as an RN. Unfortunately, there was nothing doctors could do.
They did a CT scan and she had blood clots all in her head. So they had asked me if they could do a procedure to relieve them, and I said yes. And then they called me back and they said that they couldn't do it.
Doctors declared Adriana brain dead.
I feel as if somebody dropped the ball at the hospitals, and her boyfriend asked, please keep her. If she was kept at the hospital, we wouldn't be here.
Because of Georgia's heartbeat bill, which bans abortions after a fetal heartbeat is detected, her family says they weren't given any say in what happens next.
It's torture for me. I come here and I see my daughter breathing by the ventilator, but she's not there. And I'm touching her. And she has a son who I bring to see her.
Now, 21 weeks pregnant, her baby's health uncertain.
She's pregnant with my grandson, but my grandson may be blind, may not be able to walk, wheelchair bound. We don't know if he'll live once she has him.
A situation she says no one should be forced into.
It should have been left up to the family because I'm in my 50s, her dad is in his 50s, so we're going to have the responsibility with her partner to raise her sons, you know? And I'm not saying that we would have chose to terminate her pregnancy. What I'm saying is we should have had a choice. We should have had a choice.
She's the angel of the family.
Kara Reed has been away from her siblings for a few days now.
She's just this little light in our home, and we miss her smiles.
Having to stay in the hospital after she was bitten by a rattlesnake not once, but twice.
It's really difficult to watch all of her complications.
Her mother, Jacqueline Reed, has been by her side since last Friday when it happened. The family lives near Florence. Jacqueline and Kara, who just turned 1 a few months ago, were out walking around their property.
And I saw a piece of trash, picked it up, went to go throw it away. Came back like under 10 seconds and she was crying.
When she went to see what was wrong,
I looked at her foot and she had 4 puncture wounds on the top of her foot, in the little window of her little jelly shoe.
Then she saw what was hiding behind her daughter.
It was a diamondback rattlesnake. I was terrified, but I went right into go mode.
Jacqueline rushed Kara to the nearest ER in town, calling ahead of time, telling them her daughter needs anti-venom.
Her foot, rapidly swole and was a nice shade of black within the 20 minutes it took for me to get to the ER.
When they arrived, both were then airlifted to Phoenix Children's Hospital for treatment.
She's had 30 vials of antivenom so far.
Apart from Kara's foot swelling and turning black, the 15-month-old could barely breathe.
She would have these episodes where she would drop her oxygen percentages down to like 25% or even less than 10%. She ended up being intubated with a breathing tube.
In the last 24 hours, Kara has started breathing on her own and getting some feeling back to her foot. Still, she has a very long road to recovery. Jacqueline believing that if it wasn't for her leaving immediately for the hospital, her daughter may not be here.
It was really about the response of moving quickly that I think saved her life.
As Jacqueline and her family continue to wait by Kara's side, praying she makes a full recovery.
I hope that we can get full function back, that she can be back to her normal, happy, cute, adorable self. We'll see what we can do, and we're just grateful we still have her with us.
In the U.S., there are 3 most common types of skin cancer: basal cell and squamous cell carcinomas, which are typically treatable, and melanoma, which is much more deadly.
The earlier you find and diagnose and detect a cancer, the higher the cure rate will be from the cancer.
Dr. Shane Dormady with El Camino Health says up to 95% of skin cancers are curable, but knowing the warning signs is critical. He says the letters A, B, C, D, E can help you remember the red flags. A is for asymmetry. If a spot isn't a perfect circle or has an odd shape, get it checked. B is for border. Beware of a spot that's not sharply defined. C is for color.
Anything that is really dark, black or purplish, or of course bleeding, is a major warning sign and needs to be checked out immediately by a physician.
D is for diameter. Dormady says if a spot is larger than the diameter of a pencil eraser, see a doctor. Finally, E is for evolution.
If the color's changing, if something's getting bigger, that's worrisome for a skin cancer.
Dormady says if you spot a warning sign, see a doctor. He says anyone with a personal history of skin cancer should see a dermatologist every 3 months. Those with a family history should get skin checked by a doctor every 6 months. And everyone should get a skin screening from a board-certified dermatologist at least once per year. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.